Hello race car fans, this is Jeremy Alt from the Evolution Autocrosser YouTube channel with episode 3 of the 2019 season of Evolution Autocrosser. I'm smiling today because it is a beautiful, sunny, bright day. And I'm sitting here in the garage with my Evolution getting ready to prepare for this weekend's Autocross. Today we are going to talk about choosing the winning tire for Autocross. Specifically, the best tire that money can buy that conforms to the 2019 SCCA solo rules. We'll start by looking at what the rules say, which tires within those rules are considered the best in the category, and finally, which tires I plan to run on my Evo this 2019 season. Before we continue, I just want to make a quick appeal to you, fellow car fans, that if you enjoy this video and find the information helpful, please be sure to blip that like button and slam on that subscribe if you haven't already. Likewise, if I've made any errors or omissions, or you want to add some additional experiences, please be sure to do all the above plus comment below. I do my best to read and reply to every one of you. Thank you in advance for making the Evolution Autocrosser YouTube channel a success, and perfect timing that my phone would ring. Let me just take care of that. On with the show. Note to self, turn the ringer off before I start filming. Well, with that taken care of, now back to the content you all came here for. Let's start with the street classes. These are Super Street and A Street all the way down to H Street. For street classes, Rule 13.3 states the tire must have a minimum tread wear of 200 and a minimum tread depth of 7/32 of an inch at the time of manufacture. There are a few other rules on street tire that you'll want to familiarize yourself with, so I encourage you to go and download the free 2019 SCCA Solo Rulebook from the SCCA website. If you plan on running aftermarket wheels and/or wheel spacers, you will also want to pay careful attention to the rules on wheels in 13.4, which restrict diameter, width, and offset variance from the OEM wheel. Also, if you run in one of the street touring classes, such as STR, STU, or STX, there are additional restrictions on the maximum width of tire allowed. Check the video description below, or refer to your free download of the 2019 SCCA Solo Rulebook, section 14.3, for details on tire width limits for street touring classes. So now that we've established that a street tire is a tire with a tread wear rating of 200 or above and a tread depth of at least 7/32 of an inch at the time of manufacture, let's look at which street tire is the fastest and most likely to give you the winning time. Over the past decades, there have been several tires that dominated the autocross scene. There's been the Falken Azenis RT615, Toyo Proxys R1R, the Hankook Ventus RS3, Dunlop Direza Starspec, I remember that one, I ran that one myself, and the Yokohama Advan 8008, just to name a few. As of today, although there are multiple very good street tires to choose from, nearly all discussions and comparisons come down to just two top contenders for the best street tire in autocross. One is the Bridgestone Potenza RE71R. And the other is the BF Goodrich G-Force Rival 1.5S. To determine which one is the winning tire, let's start with the test and review from TireRack.com. I'll provide the link to this test in the description below. The data I'm most interested in is their dry track test results. In every test, cornering stability, steering response, braking modulation, handling predictability, and overall, the Bridgestone RE71R outperformed the BF Goodrich Rival S1.5. Dry cornering G-forces for the two tires was identical at 0.97 Gs. In the slalom, a test that autocrossers will find of particular interest, myself included, the Bridgestone was 4/100ths of a second faster than the BF Goodrich. Now, in the overall lap time test, here's where things get interesting. Despite the Bridgestone's superior performance in every aspect of the dry track test, and the slalom test, the BF Goodrich Rival S 1.5 was faster than the Bridgestone Potenza RE71R by 11/100ths of a second on a 30-second run. I know, this makes no sense at all, right? But according to this test, the BF Goodrich Rival S 1.5 is the better tire for autocross because it's the overall faster tire, right? Well, let's not call it a closed case yet. I think we need to look at a few more tests, 688 tests to be exact, because in last year's SCCA Solo Nationals, 427 participants are recorded as running the Bridgestone, and 261 participants are recorded as running the BF Goodrich, giving us a total of 688 participants' times to analyze. And I did analyze them, and here is what I found. 18 first-place trophies were won by drivers running the Bridgestone RE71R, compared to the number of first-place trophies won running the BF Goodrich of only 3. Well, it makes sense more first-place trophies were won by drivers running the Bridgestone. There were way more drivers running the Bridgestone. And while that's true, let's look at it this way. 4.2% of all the drivers running Bridgestones won a first-place trophy, but only 1.1% of all drivers running the BF Goodrich tire won a first-place trophy. This means that drivers running the Bridgestone tire were statistically 4 times more likely to win first place in class than drivers running the BF Goodrich tire. Yes, I realize we could dismiss these statistics away by saying that maybe price was a factor. After all, a set of 4 Bridgestones is $200 less than the BF Goodrich in the 255/40/17 size. So maybe the majority of the best autocrossers went the economical route and bought the cheaper of the 2 tires. I'm sure that price played a factor to some, but when you consider the time and money spent to go all the way to Lincoln, Nebraska on travel, hotel, and multiple sets of wheels and tires, people want to win. And as such, they're going to buy the tire they believe is most likely to win. Between just these 2 tires, 62% went with the Bridgestone, and only 38% went with the BF Goodrich. That alone should tell you something, but in case it doesn't, 18 first-place trophies versus 3 first-place trophies. The results are pretty clear. But that was 2018, and this is 2019. It's a new year, and maybe things are different now. So let's look at some more recent test results. Vivek Goel, a fellow autocrosser, posted to Facebook on March 10th saying, and I quote, "The Rival S appeared to have marginally higher steady state grip," end quote. But then he went on to say, quote, he preferred the overall handling and balance of the Bridgestone RE71R with the car rotating more readily, end quote. And in the conclusion of his test results, he states, quote, "The Bridgestone RE71R appears to be 3/10 faster on a 40-ish second course than the BF Goodrich Rival, both in actual observed time as well as in potential time from looking at the data," end quote. Interesting results. Jeremy Foley, a friend and fellow autocrosser, had also had an opportunity to test both tires against each other and, to little surprise, has stated the same conclusions. He said that the BF Goodrich has its bright spots, but that the Bridgestone RE71R is the faster of the 2, saying, and I quote, "The clock doesn't lie," end quote. And so, given all of this information, I hope that it has helped you decide on which street tire is your winning tire for the 2019 Autocross season. However, I do want to add the caveat that a new and better tire could be released at any time and claim the title as the new best and fastest. Also, it's worth mentioning that At the same 2018 national competition, the first place winner of STU, Bill Zur, won first place running a Nexen tire on his 2006 Subaru WRX. Bill was a screaming 0.818 seconds faster than second place. It's also of particular interest that the winner of CAM-T, that is the American Muscle Traditional class, won first place out of 16 running a Falcon tire, beating second place, who was running a BF Goodrich tire, by more than 0.5 seconds. I'm not sure what to make of that, but it is interesting and may warrant a closer look, especially at the Nexen tire. But now on to me and my Evo. What am I, Jeremy Alt, going to run on my Evo 8 this year? Well, I decided I'm going to start off the season running a street tire with the North Texas Autocross Series, the Porsche Club, and the BMW Club. This way, I can get right in and run competitively against a bunch of fun cars without having to drop a bunch of cash on some big fat 315 race tires. Check this out. Big 315 tire. Ooh. That's the tire I've run in previous years. It's all worn out and dried up, so I can't use it this year. And honestly, a new set of these things are pretty pricey, so I'm going to start the season off budget friendly. Perhaps later in the season, I'll take the plunge and run events with the SCCA and Street Mod class. But for now, I'm going to run with some Evos, BMWs, Mustangs, and Porsches on street tires. And the tire that I'm running is... You ready for this? Which one did I choose? Well, hang on here. Ta-da! But of course, it's the Bridgestone Potenza RE71R. What else would you expect? It is, after all, the better tire, right? I got the biggest tire that I could in a 17-inch size, and that is the 255/4017. And in fact, my first race and opportunity to try out these awesome tires is tomorrow, Saturday, with the NTA XS. That's the North Texas Autocross Series. I'll be running the GoPro 4K and getting some footage that we'll be talking about next week. The weather's going to be great. I'm going to try to be great. But best of all, we're going to have great fun. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. What about the best and fastest tire for street prepared and street modified classes? I think you already know there's only one tire. And it is Hoosier, of course. What else would you expect? Is there really anything else? There is, but you want to win, right? So Hoosier, that's what I believe. And if I do decide to foray into street mod this year, I will be buying a fresh set of Hoosier 315s. It's going to be fun. But first things first, the car and I have to make it through tomorrow and see how everything goes, and hopefully nothing breaks or blows up. I probably shouldn't have said that. Cross your fingers. Well, I'd like to add just one last thing. If you're new to autocross and you're not sure which tire you should be running, don't even worry about it. Just show up, bring what you have. Don't even worry about trying to be competitive. The first autocross I ever ran was in my Mazda RX-8, and I showed up running $80 tires. They were some General Exclaim UHPs, really high tread wear, and I did absolutely horrible. I was probably bottom of the class, seconds, multiples of seconds away from first class, but it didn't matter because I had a great time. It was a learning experience, and in time, I got better tires, and you know, the rest is history. So don't worry about what you have, just show up, and as they say, run what you brung. Well, that is it for episode 3 of the 2019 season of Evolution Autocrosser. If you enjoyed this video and found the information helpful, please be sure to blip that like button and slam on that subscribe if you haven't already. If I've made any errors in this video, or if you just want to add some additional commentary or feedback, please be sure to do all of the above plus comment below. Thank you in advance for helping to make the Evolution Autocrosser YouTube channel a success. Watch for the next video coming very soon, and hope to see you out there. Until next time, this is Jeremy Alt with Evolution Autocrosser, signing off.